Hi, good evening, and welcome to Beyond the Kickbag, all things netball and beyond. Joining me this evening again is my co-host and wonderful person in the sunshine, wherever she always is, Janet. Evening, Janet.
Good, good morning, good afternoon, Pamela.
That is true. Janet, oh, that's why I need Janet. She always reminds me. Not only do we listen to this show in England, but we listen to it in different countries in the world. You know what, Janet? I haven't given a shout out to those countries, so I'm going to give a quick shout out. So we've got America, we've got Denmark, we've got France, we've got Spain, we've got Barbados, we've got Jamaica, we have Pakistan, we have Afghanistan, we have Germany. And did I say Spain? I
You
think
did
I said
say
right.
Spain.
So all of those we know we get guests listening in, and we're so happy, and we just want you guys to keep spreading the word and telling more people. So a multitude of different languages. So welcome to be on the kickback. Janet, how's your week been?
I had a camp, I had a netball camp, and if I said to you, I've never had so many breaks because it was so hot. Because I worked in Cayman, the children were used to it. But these young ladies, every 7 minutes, they had to go and get a little drink.
Oh
They
dear.
could have a cap, they could have the sunscreen, we could have ice. It was hot, especially
Ah.
yesterday. But apart from that, the camps I had good numbers. The girls is pre-season netball, and I felt that girls got a lot out of it, and
No,
the feedbacks are coming back, and it's good.
that's great. Well done to you, Janet. Well done on your camp, and I'm glad it has been a real scorcher, hasn't it? I mean, we even had the eclipse. I didn't actually go out and see it because I saw it in 1999. But our girls at training coaching, they wanted to see it, so I let them sneak out for a bit and have a look during training, which I shouldn't really, but some of them had never seen it, so there you go, and it was a good experience. But yes, so we're here again on Friday for our show, and we are, as we said, beyond the kit bag. We have a lot of years of experience. I won't go into how many years experience, but it's certainly about 70 years between us.
Well,
And that,
talk about yourself, Pamela. I'm going to slide it back.
okay, slide yours back if you want. And we are qualified level two, and Janet is a level three coach. Janet tutors as well and mentors. And we've both been experienced international coaching, leading a country, along with many other skills. But we won't go into that. I just wanted you to give the audience, the listening audience, a flavour of where our experience is coming from. And so, when we give an opinion, we sort of know we're in the know of what does happen. But disclaimer, anything we do say is our own experience. But as you can see, we've got a lot of years of experience. Okay, so let's get kicking off, Janet. And I want you to speak to me because I know you had a look at this. The CAC Games that has just finished, Caribbean and America's.
Central
Sorry,
American
yes, you got it right.
and
Central.
Caribbean.
That's correct. Thank you for correcting me. Central American and Caribbean Games. Give us a little short synopsis on that, then, Janet. Tell us a bit about it.
Right. So it started on the third of August, and it was in Dominica Republic, and it ended on the 7th of August. So it's a very short period of window. I'm just going to say some of the games you can watch them on YouTube,
Hmm.
but I'm still thinking the Caribbean needs a Super League or something to bring the game up, to make it more competitive. There was two teams that was outstanding out in the games, and the other teams were trailing behind.
Hmm.
One of the things I felt was Trinidad and Tobago, they made a decision to carry their girls to CAC Games instead of taking that team to Commonwealth Games. And when you watch them play, I think they would have gone further up the table than last if they took them to Commonwealth Games. The weather was different. One was
Hmm.
hot, the other one's cold.
Yeah.
For me, Trinidad was outstanding. They
Hmm.
played Jamaica in the finals and they were winning for point. Kira Rushwell and Sammy Joseph, they played really well. And there was another young lady. that also played extremely well in defense.
Is her name
I just
Shaquanda, was it? Shaquanda.
Sequenda,
I think it was
yeah.
Shaquanda, yeah.
And then when you look at all the rest of the players, those three ladies are the most experienced compared to everybody else. They have got contracts where everybody else doesn't have contracts. I don't know about Kira. We would talk about her in a minute. Kira
Hmm.
Rushwell,
Rothwell.
um, Rothwell. There's something in
Or
my mouth.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
You had too much
I'm probably
cocktails, you have too many cocktails, John. I've told you about this. I've told you. Anyway, go on.
right. So we'll talk about her, but everybody else, they're I'm not going to say they're next gen, but they're on that. They're not Super League players. They're not playing in any professional um, concept or games. And
Hmm.
so seeing them playing, they look better than everybody else. I'm going to be
Yeah.
very honest.
Well, they will,
And
Janet. They will. They will look better because remember, sorry to cut across you, but remember, two had contracts. Obviously, Sam Wallace with Loughborough Lightning, Kira Rothwell with Birmingham Panthers, but we don't know what's happening with her yet in terms of professional contract. And Shaquanda was one of the first ones when we had the first season of NSL. She played goalkeeper for Cardiff Dragons. So they're
yeah,
three professionals really playing in
yeah.
CAC.
But on another note, what I felt was really good is that they decided not to go with a competition that was in England and go and play in the region. And I think it's a good shout. So just before I finish,
Yeah.
bronze went to St. Lucia, gold went to Jamaica. So silver went to Jamaica,
Hmm.
and Trinidad and Tobago got gold. So Jamaica got two silvers in a week.
Yeah. Commonwealth and CAC.
And my question is, Pamela, you're a Barbados person.
Oh, don't get
What's happened with
started.
Barbados? Come
Janet,
on.
can I just say I was there for 2 years, 23, 24, 24, 25, and we were at number 14, and that's all I'm going to say. And at the moment, we're at number 19. And that's all I'm saying on the subject. I'm not going to say any more. But what I'm saying is that they wanted me there so they could have a system. I gave them a system. Whether they're using it or not is another matter. And I gave them a system similar to our pathway. All they had to do was adjust it to the Caribbean style. Now, I can't comment on it, and I'm not going to comment on it, but it's in their hands. But how they're at number 19, I don't know because they do have talented
They're
players.
not good enough. I talked
Yeah,
about the
you're
other
right.
day.
Mm,
In the We're making other regions start got higher competitions. And so with their higher competitions, when they come to the Caribbean, they are struggling with money. They
hmm.
are haven't got a concept of a Super League process, or they have to sort of like send girls away to play to get stronger.
Yeah,
The only team really, Sammy, and then some of the Jamaican players. All
yeah.
the rest of them are just out and out,
Average.
grounded. I'm not
Average.
saying, no, I'm not saying they're average. They're not getting seen for a team whether you're in Australia or whether you're in England. For them to see you, they've got, for them to pick you, they need to see you. And if you're
Well,
not playing in any of those games or series or big competitions like Commonwealth Games,
mhm.
well, champs, you're not going to get picked.
And there's a little bit of snobbery around that because, from what I understand, and listeners, you can correct me if I'm wrong, or any agents out there that can correct me if I'm wrong. They only look at the top 12 in the world. Agents certainly do it representing them because those teams are the ones that they do get competition. And it's probably not worth their time playing somebody like Singapore because it's all about ranking points. So if they're not going to get a lot of ranking points, it's not neither here nor there, is it? Or they don't want to risk being beaten by, say, the number 13 or 14 team if you're at number 7, because then you get a load of ranking points. So people may not want to risk playing anybody that's lower than 12 because of the ranking situations. And we'll go on to that in a minute. I'm not going to talk much about the ranking. But anything else to say on CAC, Janet?
I'm just saying, Caribbean and Central America and the
Hmm.
Caribbean fix up. You've got the African nations, and you now got the Asians come to beat you.
Yeah.
And we were one of the top people. People were frightened to see Trinidad come on the stage. They were frightened to see Barbados
Yeah.
hit
Many
the
moons
court.
ago, but they were frightened. It
Do
worried
you
them.
understand? They
Yeah.
were worried because you know what? They had to put their people in. They had to get contracts for some New Australians, mostly
Hmm.
England coaches, to go in to see what are these girls made of?
Yeah.
Because they're fast and they can jump. They don't have to be doing 40 hours of training for the week to learn how to jump. The girls just got natural spring. As a person that's been in the Cayman and was in the Caribbean, netball is not attractive for scholarships. So we need to get them to be seen. I'm
Hmm.
saying nothing more, keeping my mouth quiet,
Yeah.
which is difficult.
That's a hard one, isn't it, Jan?
I know. But come on, fix up, Caribbean.
Yeah,
Fix up.
fix, as Janet said, fix up. Listen, let me just talk now that we've finished sort of with the CAC. Let's have a look at this world ranking. So let's have a look at this. So the regional teams, there are going to be, let's say, next year's Netball World Championships 2027 is going to be in Australia, Sydney, Australia. And there's going to be six teams that automatically are invited, which is Australia, New Zealand, Jamaica, England, South Africa, and Uganda. And that is in order. So although Australia didn't win, they've still got that number one ranking. Now, I'm just going to give you some quick figures, very quickly go through. The regional areas, the qualifications, there's besides those six, another six teams have to join them. I think it's another six teams or whatever. I need to check that. Maybe you can check it later, Janet, or one of our listeners. But I thought that they get six teams and then there's another six teams that join them for the world champs. Anyway,
Okay.
so we've seen the automatic ones: Australia, New Zealand, Jamaica, England, South Africa, and Uganda, which I love. Uganda's getting in
Yeah.
there. So the age of games, for people who don't know about the regional qualifiers, they're going on now from the 7th to the 16th of August, and they're going on in Hong Kong. Oceania is going on from the 14th and 19th of September, and that's in Tonga. Africa is on the 19th to the 26th of September in Kenya. The European qualifications are on the 25th to the 27th of September in Scotland, and the Americas is the 19th to the 26th, and that's in Barbados. So there's actually 16 nations taking part in that. Now, just a little, as I said, synopsis, because I'm a bit sort of, I did a bit what you did, Janet. I did a little bit of research on these teams. So there's 11 teams in the Asian region, and that is Singapore, which is 23rd at the moment. Australia, believe it or not, Australia's in Asia, not in Oceania. Australia, which is number one in the world. Sri Lanka 29th, Hong Kong 34, Malaysia is 36. Maldives don't have a ranking number yet, and India doesn't have a ranking number yet. Okay, so Australia, they probably could play with three players and beat all them lot. Then we've got Oceania, which has Cook Islands, Papua New Guinea, Solomon Islands, Fiji, Tonga, New Zealand, Norfolk Islands, and Niue. African nations are Malawi, Uganda, Ivory Coast, Burundi, Nigeria, Kenya, Namibia, Zambia, Zimbabwe, South Africa, Botswana, and Eswatini. And the associated members, because they've got 11, the associated members are, oh, and Tanzania, I forgot I missed out Tanzania. The associated members are Liberia, Seychelles, and Democratic Republic of Congo, Angola, Gambia, Sierra Leone, Egypt, Mauritius, Ethiopia, and Senegal. Right. Now, for Europe, in Europe, we have 12 competing for two places. So if we exclude England, because they're automatically invited, we've got France, Gibraltar, Isle of Man, Israel, Italy, Malta, Northern Ireland, Republic of Ireland, Scotland, Switzerland, UAE. Which part of UAE is part of Europe? That's another show. And Wales. And then finally, the Americas, which is Antigua and Barbuda, Argentina, Barbados, Bermuda, British Virgin Islands, Canada, Cayman, Dominican, Grenada, Guadeloupe, Jamaica, St. Eustatius, St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Lucia, St. Martin, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Trinidad and Tobago, and USA. We can touch on that
Did,
another time, but I've been
did you
through all
say
of them.
Guadalupe?
Guadeloupe is one of those. Yeah.
Yeah.
They are an associate. I think they're an associate. Are they an associate country? Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Members and
associate.
associate countries. Yeah. So a lot of teams involved, but there's only the top two out of each area: Oceania, America, um,
But there's 4 regions. There's 5 regions.
five regions. Yeah. You've got Oceania, Africa, Europe, Americas,
And
and
Asia.
and Asia. You got five areas, two from each one.
So that means that it makes it 16.
Yeah, 16. Yeah. So there's a lot to think about there because obviously, and I'll give you everybody the dates. And if people want them for the next week, I'll just mention the dates. I won't go through what I've just been through.
What we'll do, we'll put it on our Instagram so you can see it.
Ah, good idea. We'll put it on Instagram. Yeah. So we covered CAC. We've covered the qualifiers, the dates, and the teams that are involved, and give people a bit of info because that's what we're like, Janice, aren't we? We give good info, don't we?
Well, I know that we do.
We give
People
good
say
info.
it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Right. So just a little bit now, and we're not going to go too deep into this because this is a conversation we can continue next week. NSL, because the teams are buying their players, they're getting rid of players, and they've got to do all this before the end of August, which is not far away, right? They've named their team. Do you want to ask any questions on this? Because Janet, I've got intel. I've got intel. Do you want to
There's
ask a,
2 questions I want to ask.
yeah?
Why is it that injured players are named in some of the top tens?
Okay. And you've seen some of the names and you know that some
Yeah,
of them are injured. That's why you're asking that question.
yeah.
Okay. So let's say, for instance, let's take Nat Metcalf because she was recently injured and she didn't play in Commonwealth, did she?
No.
So we know at London Mavs, we know this for a fact. It's all in written down now and it's definitive. So Tamsin has gone for Sophie Egbaron from Birmingham, Jamie Golub, Josie Huckle from Manchester, Susie Liversidge, Nat Metcalf from Manchester, a new one, I think she's called Unique Pallavi from Melbourne Mavericks, Izzy Phillips, Ellie Ratu, who's injured, and Ellie Sadler and Emma Thacker. So in that team, we don't know if Nat Metcalf's better, but we know she was injured, and Ellie Ratu's been out injured. They are named. You have to name 10. Now,
Okay, so you're talking about Nat Metcalf.
yeah.
Ain't she a Thunder girl? Why has she come to London?
Well, that's the big $1 million question. We don't know if it might be just she's got I don't know. I mean, all her life she's been up north, Leeds and Manchester.
I'm just going to sit on the fence here. She
Yeah.
wants to come to the best city in the world, and especially in England,
Oh,
London. She wants to see the sight. She wants to meet the people. That's
stop
why
it,
she's
Janet.
coming.
Stop. I don't think that's the case. I know you think that that's the best down there, but you know what? Us Northerners, north of Watford Gap, we question that.
Yeah, you have to say it. You have
Yeah,
to question it.
yeah.
But I
Our,
know it.
our Prime Minister now is a Northerner. You know that, don't you?
Well, doesn't matter.
No, I know it
Is
doesn't matter. But the
is he
best,
is he good enough to
well,
go? I'm not going properly.
we'll
I'm
find
not
out.
going.
All I'm
Yeah.
saying is that they've selected him and he's from up north. But anyway, that's besides the point. But we don't know why Nat Metcalf's gone because she's always been in Leeds or Manchester all her life. She did come and play for Wasps, but she never went any further than Birmingham. The first year we were in the Super League at Wasps, she came to Birmingham, but she's never been any further. So are there listeners out there that know something that we don't know? Because we still are trying to find out why. Maybe, as you said, Janet, she wanted a change of scenery and she wanted to go to what you call the best city, right? But it could be for lots of reasons. Maybe, well, you know what? I'm not even going to say, but maybe is there ageism? Maybe does she want a fresh start under different coaches, different coaching regime? We don't know. But it's interesting. But anyway, so the people that are out of that team are Emily Andrew, Gemma Donoghue, Amelia Hall, Georgia Inga, and Razia Kwashi, who actually retired. But the other four are out. Do you want me to tell you any more about any of the teams that are definite? Because London
Yeah,
Pulse have got definites, and so has Manchester.
that's not going to be hard, but yeah, go for it.
Okay, so Pulse have got their usual Hallie, Fummy, Bella Bayliss, Darcy and Zara Everett. They've got a new player, Steph Fretwell, aka we know her as Australian goal attack, Steph Wood, Sophie Kelly, Alicia Scholes, Gracie Smith, and Liv Sheen or Liv Sheen. So there's been no change. They've just put two in, which is Bella Bayliss and Steph Fretwell, and two out. Camagello, Masako, and Tyler Orr. They're out. Oh, that's it.
What are they gonna come and give to the NSL?
Well,
These new players.
we're gonna find out. Bella Bayliss is quite quick and quite sharp in her attackers. I think she normally plays wing attack, doesn't she? And
Yeah.
Steph Fretwell, well, we've seen her in the past. The only thing is she retired from netball. That's the I think she was Australia's goal attack, Miss Golden Girl for a number of years. You know, they probably need her actually. She could have come back, seeing as they missed that one in the final. I mean, sorry, in the semis to put Jamaica through to the
Uh,
final.
excuse me.
Yeah, go on.
Listen, don't underestimate Jamaica. It wasn't that. If you watch, sorry to go Commonwealth Games, if you watch Australia, how many long shots did they do for the whole tournament? Hardly ever any.
But I'm not underestimating them. I said that they could need Steph because their goal attack in Australia missed the shot.
Yeah, but it's still, I think, you know what?
Jamaica played brilliant.
Thank you.
They
She was
played
nervous.
that well, you know what? She's been there before. She's been there before. I don't know if she's played a Worlds, but she's certainly been at high level. And this is what you live for, that final moment. And you know what, Janet? You know me, I'm very harsh because I'm a defensive coach. And I always see defenders scrape it all up, do the best, prevent the goals, save the goals. They can save a game, but they can't, I don't know whether they can win a game. Some people say we can only save a game. But we save the game all the time. We turn over, we keep persistently servicing the shooters. And you know what? When you've got a golden opportunity and they miss, it annoys me so much. I don't know about you as a defensive coach, but
If
certainly for me.
it annoys me, but the thing is that one of the things is that you have to shoot in your range.
Well,
The
yeah,
range was too, and I'm still questioning because I was at the stadium. I
yeah,
don't think there was a contact. Just because the whole game there was a lot of argy bargy, and then all of a sudden the argy bargy or those two
yeah,
people challenging for the ball,
yeah,
all of a sudden the um the rules change that the defender. I know defenders really get pulled for a lot,
yeah, yeah.
but when it's competitive and you're fighting for a ball, it's fine. But why is it that time it was a shot?
Well,
I
we,
was in the room. I was in the
yeah.
room.
Well, only the umpires can tell you that. And the other thing is there's such a thing as karma, and I believe in karma. So there you go. I can wrap that one up straight away for you. Karma, karma, girl, karma. Anyway, so the third team, let's go on to that. The third team that's definite is Manchester Thunder. So again, your point, Jazz Brown is in and she's injured or she didn't play all season. Eleanor Cardwell, Amy Carter, Sophie Fawns, Keris Finn, Shannon Malik, Taylor McKevitt, Lois Pearson, Emma Rayner, and Nicola Smith. And Nicola Smith was injured because she didn't play in the final, did she, of
No,
the
she didn't.
NSL. So you got two injured players there, and Jazz Brown is recovering from, I think she's got Achilles,
Yeah,
and
Achilles tendons.
and
Yeah.
Nicola Smith has got a foot injury, but I don't know if it's a knee or an ankle or what it is. But those are two injured players. So out, of course, is Josie Huckle, who's gone to Mavs. Ella McCormick is taking time out, and Nat Metcalf has gone to Mavs. So they're not in. So those are the three teams. And if people were listening and jotting the notes down of the names, those are the three definite teams that have handed their names in. The other teams like Panthers and Notts and Leeds and Loughborough, they're to be confirmed. Now, Nottingham Forest, they've, well, we everybody knows Imogen Allison is brought in, and also Berry Neal so Imogen from across the waters in Australia, where she was doing it last year, and Berry Neal, they've taken her from Loughborough. But the rest remains the same. So you've got Iona Christian, Neve Cooper, Taj Pavlin, Jada Pachova, Anna Retief, Roland Strutka, Anya Williams. The people that are out are Rhea Dixon and Hannah Layton. So I'm going to ask you
Where
this.
they going? Where are they going?
Well, I sort of know where Hannah Layton's going. I can't tell you about Rhea Dixon, but then, my question is, she didn't do too bad at Jamaica, but in the NSL, I've never even noticed her. And I could say a few things about her, but I'm not going to.
Oh,
We'll leave that to the listeners, Janet, to they can
Kamala.
well,
That's
they
not
can
nice.
they can put it on Insta, please. Put their thoughts on Insta. And I want you to put your thoughts on Insta, folks. A lot of you listening, but you're not speaking, you're not talking. And me and Janet, we need some nice debates going on here. We're only debating between ourselves at the moment. So come on, get it on Insta or send it to the Gmail, please. I'm really relying on you to do this, guys. Um, but I can't speak for Rhea Dixon. Um, I put it like this, she's not my favourite player, and that's all I'm going to say. I don't know what she was doing in Notts in the first place. Hannah Layton's got talents. She's got a lot of talent. I think I know where she's going, actually. In fact, I do know where she's going. But obviously I can't say because it's not common knowledge. And when I say I do know where she's going, disclaimer, disclaimer, no agent or nobody, no agent of hers has told me, nobody like that has told me, but all the signs point to a particular club. So we'll see whether we get that right. What I'm going to do, Janice, I'm going to write it down and I'm going to post it to you. And on the 31st of August, you can reveal what I thought. Yeah?
Definitely.
Okay. So, teams to be confirmed: Birmingham Panthers. They have retained Charlie Fiddler, Izzy Kay, Tiana Maturu, and Alana Pullen. And they have got rid of five, or I shouldn't say got rid of, it doesn't sound very nice, does it? But they've got rid of Gabby Coffey, Betsy Creek, Ruth Hughes, Michelle McGee. That's who's gone. And Leeds haven't got a list. They've just got Jazz Brown, and Bella Bayliss out. Well, we know where they've gone. Loughborough haven't finished their list, but they've got Selena Appleby Prince, Sam Wallace, Ella Clark, Alice Harvey, Hannah Joseph, Nat Panagari, Jess Shaw, and Shadeen Vandermeer. Those are the usual. And the two that are out: Beth Duran because she retired, and Berry Neal because she's gone to Notts. So there we have it. We definitely have it.
Right. I don't understand. Well,
Yeah,
no, I do understand that when you've got your hat so tight on your head
yeah,
that you're not even telling anybody who's in. So you've got two people out, Dragons, yeah, and you've got two people out, Rhinos. But
yeah.
you know what? It's really interesting. It's some of the girls that are out in the other teams going to these two teams, and keeping that hat so tight on their head that they're sweating because of the heat. It's going to be really interesting to see who's in their
Yeah,
team.
because that's one of the teams I didn't mention, Janet. So thanks for bringing that up, the Dragons. I need a slap on the wrist for that. But that's one of the teams that I didn't mention to say um, who's in or who's out. You can't say who's in and who's out of Dragons because, as you said, they haven't said anything. There's nothing listed for them. I can't find anything. The only thing I can tell you is that yes, two people are out.
From both
Chiwani
teams.
no, out of the Dragons. Chiwani and Philippa Yarraton are not returning to the Dragons for 2027, but that's all I know. I don't know who their team is though, because that is not being listed and nobody said. So we know that Chiwani is not in. What's her name? Kinesia Chawani and Philippa Yarrington. They're not returning for NSL, not to Dragons. So we don't know. See, so let's have a look at all these people that are out then and see what's going to be available to these teams that haven't quite the teams that haven't got a full team yet. So you've got these are the players that are out of contract. Emily Andrew, Gemma Donahue, Amelia Hall, Georgia Inga, Razia Kwashi, she's retired, so she's not going to come back. Right? You've got Camagello, Masako, and Tyler Orr.
And you
Okay.
forgot Rhea Dixon.
Rhea Dixon and Hannah Layton. And then you've got Gabby Coffey, Betsy Creek, Ruth Hughes, and Michelle McGee. And for Cardiff, you've got Kinesia Chawani and Philippa Yarrington. So there's quite a mixed bag there, isn't there, Janet? That's out of contract. And there's spots that still need to be filled. So I'm just
I
wondering.
think the train tickets and the plane tickets are going to be really interesting.
They are. But you know what, Janet? I think we can get a bit more intel on these next week. Got most of the information, and we've told people out there, and it's up to our listeners to go out and find out the information and stick it in our Instagram. DM us, please. What do you say, Janet?
I've got nothing to say. It's shame on you.
That is very unusual about you, Janet. Very unusual. Nothing to say.
Nothing to say as I go for my cocktails. One one of
Oh,
one of the things I'll just like we've got to look at
hmm.
it's beyond the kit, not with a kick. We like to kick people, but we're not kicking nobody out.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah,
kit
yeah.
bag. See
And
the
that's,
sound? So
yeah,
let's everybody DM us. And then also one of my handles is Jump Into Sports. You can
yep,
go on our Instagram page and look at some of the things, some of the activities we did. You can steal some of them. You can DM me and I can give you some
yeah,
insight.
yeah.
But
That's good. That's a good promo, Janet. Woo!
oh,
You got that one in
sorry.
well. But yes, go on to Jump Into Sports because it's part of Beyond the Kit Bag. So we support anybody that's part of Beyond the Kit Bag. So Janet, listen, I've got to go. I've got to go, unfortunately. So I've enjoyed having that conversation with you, and I'll look forward to having another conversation with you and our listeners putting something in Instagram. Okay. So I'd like to say goodbye from me and
And
Janet.
goodbye to me from me.
Not to you, from you.
Sorry, sorry, Pamela. You know, you really got twisty lips.
I know, I know.
Yeah, also
Uh,
slurry lips.
yeah,
What was I there?
have you started them cocktails already? It's such great weather for it. From both me and Janet, have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you on the next show.